Hello again. I know, twice in one day. There were really just a couple other things that I wanted to address that I just didn't have time to because I rambled on so much on the last video. Number one, to my new subscribers and my old ones, I love you and I appreciate you. And I do watch videos. I'm very bad at responding to messages and things like that and comments. I just really suck at it. It's my own issue. I have a very hard time being anybody's inspiration, or I just don't process that well sometimes. For me, it's a matter of not taking responsibility for somebody else's success or failure, because I immediately want to only post the good updates and things like that, because I don't want to be responsible for somebody else's downfall or their upset or something. And really, you've heard me enough to know I try not to concern myself too much with what anybody else thinks. I really know I'm very good about my boundaries. I know that my responsibility is only to myself and, my children. I'm not responsible for your success or your failure. And my success or failure, it doesn't make me any more or less responsible for your success or failure. But I'm still learning to have a good grasp on that. And so sometimes it's overwhelming, the positive response. It can be just as overwhelming for me as negative. Because of my issues, because of the way that I am, because of the person that I am, and the things that I'm going through and trying to learn to deal with in a better way. But I don't want anybody to think that I don't read the comments or your messages. And I do appreciate them, and I do feel the intent behind them, and the love and the admiration and all of that. For me, it is just impossible for me to conceive being inspiring to anybody else, because I still exist in this plane of unworthiness and self-loathing and stuff. In a lot of respects, and I know that that's wrong. I know that perspective is all screwed up and wrong. Okay, I totally get it, and it's something that I'm working on, but I'm just not there yet. And so sometimes it just it gets a little overwhelming for me. But on the other hand, the rational part of me and the part of me that knows that that's all good, I'm thrilled. I'm glad if you come out here and you see something that inspires you. I'm glad if it helps you get through the next few moments, to know that you're not the only one who feels those things and feels like, there's no end in sight to your journey, because there is. I mean, that's maybe my biggest message, if I have one, is, there is an end in sight. There is a light at the end. You can get there. It can be done. It can be achieved. I'm a no bullshit kind of person. It will not be easy. And I've tried to be as honest as I can without divulging more than I'm comfortable with at that time. Because I don't want this channel to be about, I'm not going to divulge the things that I'm going through with my memory recall and things like that. I am to a certain degree, and I'll share what I'm comfortable with, but I won't go beyond that. But I also want to make very clear that what I do go through and what I do face is real, and sometimes it's very ugly. But I mostly want people to know that I'm brutally honest with myself. I'm a no bullshit kind of person. If I'm wrong, if I'm screwed up, if that's where the issue is with me, then that's where it is, and I want to put that out there, because I'm not the only one. I just may be more apt to be vocal and honest about it than some people, and that is okay. Each to their own. For me to get through this, it is imperative that I'm just honest about where I am. emotionally and all of that. So I really appreciate my subscribers and the friends that I've made out here. I do have some relationships that are being built from having this channel out here with people that I find phenomenal and I find inspiring and amazing. And I'm still learning about personal interaction because I am such a recluse, and I don't interact with people a lot. I'm still learning to be more interactive in that respect, and so I don't want you to think that I just take those things for granted. It's that I truly just don't know really how to respond or how to say thank you, or how sometimes I don't know how to offer encouragement, or if that's really what I need to do. So I stumble through it just like anybody else sometimes. So I just wanted to put that out there. And the other thing I wanted to put out there was head hunger. I want to touch on this really quick. I have watched several videos of people having now other surgeries. One person in particular has a lap band and went on and on and on in a video about how the band just isn't working. And somebody should have told me that this wouldn't take away my hunger for a large pizza and a bucket of chicken and a loaf of French bread and stuff of that nature, and then proceeded to go on about, now I have this foreign device in my body. Okay, that's crap, and that's excuse, okay? Because if you were okay with having a foreign device in your body when you had the surgery, you're making excuses for your inability to use your tool. What you were looking for is a miracle, and the surgery in itself will not do it. You have some work to do, and I'm going to address that part of the video that said, I still want that large pizza and that bucket of chicken and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to say this very clearly because I still have those wants. Okay, those have not gone away. Those are head hunger wants. You know who wants that? The little girl who was molested. The little girl whose daddy walked out on her. The little boy who grew up without a father in his home either. The child that was, neglected, or grew up in a home with drug-addicted parents, or never was demonstrated love. The woman who was in an abusive relationship, the woman who went through having her child abducted, that is who wants that large pizza and that bucket of chicken, okay? It ain't my body, and it isn't your body either. Your body is not craving a large pizza and a bucket of chicken and a loaf of French bread, okay? Your body is craving survival and sustenance, but when it becomes where that's what you want, that's your overwhelming, you have issues you need to deal with, okay? That's not hunger. It's not true hunger. You need to educate yourself a little bit better about head hunger, about emotional issues. You need to get down and dirty and brutally honest and ugly about what your issues are. I absolutely just cannot let that hang out there and let somebody think that is not a normal hunger. That is a head hunger. That is coming from some emotional, screwed up mess that you've got to deal with. You don't have to believe it. It doesn't matter. You're never going to change my mind. But you're putting it out there, and people are watching your videos, and somebody's got to come back with the truth. And the truth is that if you are still in a point where, I don't care what surgery you've had or no surgery, if you're craving and you're and that intensity is there still for you to eat like that, to binge like that, that is not stemming from some physical need. That is stemming from a psychological need. And you need to educate yourself, and you need to be more honest with yourself about who you are inside and what it is that is driving you to want to do that. There's my 2 cents on it. I know I'm not going to make some people happy, and that's okay, because again, it's not your happiness is not my responsibility. I just wanted to put that out there and say, have as many surgeries as you want, take as many pills as you want, tell yourself every lie you want to tell yourself. But some of us are going to watch that and know that you are only lying to yourself. I wish you all the best of success, the greatest success. And I believe that the greatest success comes from being who we are truly designed to be internally. And in order to do that, you have really got to be able to look inside yourself and say, you know what? That was messed up. I've got it all messed up in my head, whatever. Out of time again. How do I do this every time? It's like magic. Okay, so there it is. No anger, no accusations, and no names. It's just, there's a little something for you to gnaw on. I will talk to you all again later. Bye-bye.